you guys, I am not trying to catfish you. That was a half wig I was wearing in my last video. Yes, some of what you see is in fact my hair, but the majority of that volume is not. So just wanted to put it out there. But I cannot transition into the rest of the video without thanking you for all the sweet comments. So I know the love that I'm going to receive when my hair grows to be that big and bodacious. All right, let's get into it. Hey you guys, it's me Kai and I'm back with another video. Make sure you support a girl and hit me up on Instagram at pretty1234me, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for future content. Oh, and wait, please go ahead and like my video. I appreciate your support. As you already know, I'm going to be creating not only this look, but a first daytime look and transition into a nighttime look using the Nars Hot Nights eyeshadow palette. I'm also going to be featuring a review after using the palette near the end of the video. Real quickly, do I recommend this palette? No, even though I love it, but no, and you'll find out why near the end of the video. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Bye guys, and God bless you. Bye guys. So before we dive into the palette and all that good stuff, we're gonna do our face first. So I've been actually using my Nars All Day Luminous Foundation quite frequently in the last few videos, so I'm gonna switch it up a little bit today. And I'm going to use my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW46, which I believe to be my true color. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put on my primer. Today I'm using Urban Decay's De-Slick Complexion Primer. This is a mattifying, pore minimizing primer. And I have to say, I think it's the best mattifying primer that I've used to date. I'm going to take one pump and kind of put it everywhere where I'm most oily. And you have to really blend this out well, otherwise it will dry white and patchy on your face, and it will show underneath your makeup. I don't know if you can see, but my face is instantly mattified, and I find that of all the mattifying primers that I've used, this one really lasts a long time, and it gives me quite a nice look. I'm gonna go back and apply a little bit more right here. And I actually literally have to get alongside my nose as well, because I get really shiny there. Now I'm gonna go into my MAC Studio Fix Fluid NW46. I believe that this is my True Match foundation. Ever since they came out with it, I've been so excited. It's been a couple of years now, but before that I was using NW45. Oh, is this out? We'll see if I have enough. Okay, so I've run out of foundation and I need more. I have more. Is this okay? I have more. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and use my ColourPop concealer in the number 48. Going to go ahead and just apply that under my eye area. If I work quickly enough, it won't dry out on me. I like placing my concealer here and then dragging it down as opposed to covering the entire area and then kind of blending it out. This seems to work a lot better for me. Might as well go ahead and finish highlighting my face. Using my Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in the color Ebony. In a previous video I told you Ebony is the darkest color. I am wrong. The darkest color is something called Granite, but I'm going to be using this color and just filling in my brow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to NW46. I'm going to use whatever's on the cap. and just kind of use it to help shape underneath my brow, and that will hopefully correct some of this mess that I kind of put together. And blend it out. I'm gonna try and make it look a little bit more natural instead of blocky by blending whatever foundation is left. Okay, now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty eye primer, and I'm gonna prime my lids. You guys know this, I really like this primer. I think this is definitely going to be a staple, especially since I am really a consumer. I am not a guru, so I'm buying my own items, and truthfully speaking, I really like this primer. I think it just works really well for all of the eyeshadows that I have on hand. I should just go ahead and set my face. Okay, I'm just reaching in my makeup bag, and I do have, remember, my Jouer Soft Focus and Hydrate Setting Powder. And I'm just gonna go ahead and, I think this is a bronzing brush, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. So I'm dabbling it in, and then I'm just pressing. I find when I do it this way, I don't lose some of the dimension I have built with my highlight. So that's it, my face is set. If you compare my face now to my last video, you see that I'm a lot less kind of shiny looking, and that's because of the Urban Decay primer, which I think is pretty fantastical. It's just really good at helping me stay more matte, looking less oily. So great primer again, you guys. For contouring, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty. This is in Mocha Mami. And I'm going to be using my Morphe. This one is E56. And I'm going to be using the pointed end, getting that color, turning it upside down, and then sweeping it into the hollows of my cheeks. And I'm rubbing it in like this, and then I'm bringing it up. And it just blends so nicely onto the face, onto the skin, and it blends out nicely as well, because you can't tell, well, you can kind of tell where it begins because of the sharp line, but you can't really tell where it ends. It just blends. So it's up to your style and how you blend it out, but I quite like this. This wig is getting on my nerves today, you guys. It has a lot of stray hairs that's getting in my eyes. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to the pointed end and pick a little bit more color, and then here, just gonna pull the wig back and just kind of do this. So can you guys see the contouring on my face? Looks nice, looks natural, looks va-va-voom. Now I'm gonna go into my Hot Nights, what is it called? My Hot Nights palette by Nars. The palette is actually, when you look at it, it's very beautiful, but the series that they released as far as their eyeshadow, bronzer, contour palette, or excuse me, it's not a bronzer, yeah it is, their eyeshadows, their highlight and bronzers, this is not really a dark chick friendly palette, and the only reason why I say that is for this. If this is a bronzer, it's clear who their audience is. In the video Nars has using this Hot Nights palette, and I'm going off memory here, I believe, oh snaps, I'm just gonna kind of do something similar to what I remember them doing, okay? So we're gonna start off with this color. Okay, so I'm sweeping this color all over my lid actually. And you guys, can I just be honest with you? It is a beautiful soft look. It is beautiful. This to me, you could easily make a glam look with a shadow this soft. And even with just one shadow on right now, I feel like I could wear this to work, I could wear this to church, and it would just add a little subtle glam to your look. The unfortunate thing is I can't get over the fact, Nars, there's an audience of people here who would really appreciate your palettes and probably even buy them if there was a little bit more inclusivity. The way I look at it is, you know, because this hasn't been marketed on darker skinned women, it's hard for me, and I purchased it on a whim thinking, okay, I'll figure out how to make it work. I mean, obviously I could use this as eyeshadow, but it's similar to this in the grand scheme of things. I feel like I'm a target market when you have a foundation like this Nars and it's something that I can wear. However, your deepest shade is not that much darker than me, so there's a whole spectrum of women who are darker complected who would definitely take advantage and purchase your products. I think Nars makes beautiful makeup. Their audacious lipsticks, you guys, oh, I have tons. Love them, love them, love them. Their blushes, don't get me started. Their blushes are to die for. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll wear one of their, I don't know if it'll match this look though. I won't wear a blush. Their blushes are great. It's just this bronzer. I don't know what to do with it. And if you're gonna spend $60 on a palette, you wanna be able to use all of it. And you wanna be able to use it for the functionality that it was given. I can't use this as a bronzer. Do you guys see how pretty that is? It is. So now I'm gonna go into this color right here, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the inner corner, or maybe the first third of my eye, just to kind of brighten up the look. And I'm gonna bring it above my crease line a little bit because I want it to show when my eyes are open. I'm gonna go ahead and bring a little bit more of this color to my lower lash line. I'm not going to line my eyes. I'm gonna put on some mascara. So I'm using my Nars Climax mascara. You guys know I love this. Look at my lashes before, okay? And then let me just go put a little bit of this. Look at the length it's giving me. Look at this. Let's do this again, let's do it again, let's do it again, let's do it again. So seriously guys, it's Nars and Ilia. Those are my top 2 favorite mascaras. Ask me which other brands I can name third and fourth. I don't have any other. I don't need to explore further when I've got these results. Now what they say in this palette, this is like the day look, right? It's supposed to be a really easy daytime summer look. I think it is beautiful in its simplicity. This is a va-va-voom, glamorous eyeshadow palette. This looks so lovely. I love just the way these two colors blend in with each other very lightly, and it's a no fuss type of look, right? You could literally do your eyes. I don't know why it blended so long when I was doing it. I think it's because I was talking, but you can literally create this eye look, I promise you, in 5 minutes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, and then maybe a minute for the lashes each. That's it. Now you guys, let's go ahead and go into doing my lips before I go into round 2 of this look. But for my lips today, I haven't given Auntie Pat enough love. And in fact, I fell in love with her lipstick that I went and I bought another color, which I'll show you guys later. But I want a shiny, shimmery lip. So I'm going to use this. This one is in, what is it? I want to make sure I say it right. This is in the color Soft Core, number 25. It's a beauty freaking full pink. And then I'm going to add a little bit of gloss using Prima Donna Lip Gloss by R.M. Pat. This is Current Lip Liner by MAC. I'm going to lightly line my lips. Look how pretty this lipstick is. That's all I need. And now I'm going to add a little bit of Prima Donna for a little bit. I don't know if I want gloss or not. So for my blush today, I'm going to go ahead and use Raisin Blush by MAC and just place a little bit of that. It's a more subtle blush, which I think actually will complement this look a little bit more. You guys see that? It's quite nice, right? So let me go ahead and just get the other cheek. Very nice subtle blush, matte blush. Okay, so I want to test out the highlighter in the palette. This is the highlighter in the palette. This is kind of like a dome tip brush, so I'm just going to get it a little bit on the side here. And I want to make sure I'm in focus so you guys can see me apply this. Let's see how I feel about it. It's a beautiful highlighter, simply put. Gorgeous. You guys see that? I hope so. A very subtle glow. Bring a little bit of that here on the temples. If I could just keep this wig out of the way. I need more foundation on my nose. Let me see if you guys can see this. You see what looks like freckles? I know they're not freckles, but kind of resemble freckles. That is the oiliness coming out of my nose, meaning I should have put just a little bit more primer on my nose, but alas, I didn't. And so much for the highlight. I'll just focus on contouring my nose. This is really, really pretty. So now let's do phase 2 of what they suggested in the video on Nars and how to use this palette, which is to add the darker 2 shades to get more of a va-va-voom nighttime look. So I'm simply going to go here and apply this to the inner third of my eye. And I won't go all the way in, so I still have a little bit of that pretty bright inner corner eye color. And I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. I'm gonna leave a little room so I can kind of apply the darkest shade at an angle. So now let's go ahead and complete that look. We're gonna go into this darkest shade here. And we're going to add that into the outer corner of our lid. Oop, got a little too much fallout. Oh, snaps. Okay, and now that I placed the color, I'm gonna start kind of blending it in by tapping and lightly swiping between the 2 colors. And as you can see, the colors blend really easily into each other. Okay, I want to see if I can maybe sweep. Oh, wow. Okay, the fallout swept off my face like a breeze. I didn't actually end up getting a wash of color underneath my eye. I like that. So I'm going to go back into this color and try and use that to blend this out a little bit. I'm going to go in and darken the outer corners with a little bit of this color again. In fact, I might use it to line my eye a little bit. So tap off the excess, and I'm going to use it to line my eye lightly. And then add color to my lower lash line for some more depth. So I'm adding the lightest color to the inner corner just to add more brightness to the look. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mistakes. I made a little bit of boo-boos here. Brought the color a little low and whatnot. So I'm just going to go back to my concealer and add a little touch here and a little touch here and blend. So I'm going to apply a little bit more mascara. At this point it might be overkill because I got plenty of length, but you know, I'm just pretending this is near the end of the day, you know, when maybe I want to go to a happy hour after work, or go to a lounge with the ladies or something, or go to a lounge with the hubbies, you know what I mean? You never know. So, and this mascara continues to build upon itself, which is pretty awesome. Somebody with lashes, I could not imagine what your lashes would look like with this mascara. Now, let's just entertain this for kicks. They said that this bronzer color is supposed to add warmth to the face. So let's go ahead and add warmth to the face, Nars. And I'm really gonna look out for this. I think what I wanna do is I want us to look together. Let's just put it here. I see no warmth to my face. So I am disappointed because I think it is a beautiful palette. more often than not, I find that eyeshadows are universal, but things that are a little bit more suited to the skin, like bronzers, highlighters, it's important, I think, to have more inclusivity. I love their foundation. I don't always, and I don't like to talk about these things on my page, but I love when I find a product that I love. I get disappointed because I can't truly share this joy with everyone else, meaning anyone 2 shades darker than me couldn't necessarily appreciate this. And I believe that some of their darker colors that they had added was new to the series, if I remember correct. I think that this palette is beautiful. I think that for a darker goddess that this color is rubbish and it becomes completely useless. So is it worth spending $59 for this palette? I don't think so. Let me do just kind of a heavy swatch and see what I get. So I could easily, and here's what the color looks like on the back of my hand on top of a foundation swatch. Oops, let me get my hand out of the way. You guys get the drift. Here's the color right here. So I could use it as an eyeshadow color. If I wanted to save this palette, it would be kind of a nice sort of mattish color, and I can use it for that reason. I could not use it as a bronzer, so I don't think that this palette is created to appeal to darker complected women. And Nars, if that's not the case, you need to make it clear, because the demos have not been on any darker complected women. So I am sad about that. Other things that I wanted to highlight about the palette: has a nice big mirror. You already know I love big mirrors. I think it's a wonderful mirror. It's an excellent mirror. It'll definitely help you get the job done. The eyeshadows perform beautifully. The highlight gives you a nice, beautiful, subtle glow. The bronzer is garbage if you happen to be darker complected. It's useful for a lighter complected goddess. It's just good for lighter complected goddesses. But if you happen to be darker, and certainly closer to me or darker, I don't think that this is not going to function as a bronzer the way in which it says it does. So do I recommend it? No. And the reason why, even though I am so excited about it and I think that the look is gorgeous, is because there are other palettes that you can use to get a look that'll actually work for you. Or you can mix and match. You guys see I use blush all the time as a contour. So if you already have something like that in place, that's perfectly fine. You don't need this palette. Also, something very similar, let me go ahead and pull it out. I just got the Juices and Berries palette a couple of weeks ago, but if you look at this palette here, it has this color here. It also has this color here, and it has this color here and this color here. And while they're not identical, you could get a very similar look for much less. This was like $42 as opposed to $69 or $59. And you saw in one of my previous tutorials where I used this palette, I actually used 2 of the eyeshadows. I combined these 2 and used them as a highlight. So I think that for the simple fact that I don't find that this new launch was or is inclusive of all skin types, I don't recommend this one. I do think that you can skip it. Is it beautiful? Absolutely. And I think it would be a dream palette if there was a darker color that not everyone, but that darker complected women could also take advantage of. And if you look at the model, beautiful lady that they use for this, I don't find that they can probably use even this palette on somebody much, much darker than her, and she's fairly light complected. So, Nars, I didn't like saying that about you. I don't want to say that about you, but it's clear what happened here. So you guys, let me go ahead and just because I really want to go ahead and transition this, let me go ahead and add Prima Donna. And it smells so good. Look, I'm clearly one of those people that don't know how to trace within the lines. So I keep on going over my lips. I keep on blending into my eyebrows. So lastly, what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm going to go ahead in with my jouer. I need to figure out how to pronounce this. And just tap, 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 tap. And it's not like, I don't know, is it a long T or is it T-zone? What is the T-zone? Long T? No, I'm going to call it my cross zone because I'm extremely oily in all the high points of my face. So, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. All right, you guys. So, I've done that. I've done that. The look is beautiful. Man, Nars. And it's no secret that I love Nars and I appreciate the quality of their products. And I've actually shopped Nars for years. And I kind of slowed down a bit because they didn't have a foundation that I could wear. And I'm like, okay, inclusivity is an issue. Then they got, you know, some more shades in foundation. And I finally got to see what everyone was raving about. And I truly believe that there's some exceptional quality in the products that they have. But again, they're just so behind, I think, in inclusivity sometimes that, you know, it does hurt feelings out here. And there is a market of people who will definitely spend money on your products. So